Well, we all have heard of the Freemasons as a very secretive society and conspiracy theories all around them. And apparently they're also here, in this small place called Swanhill. Directions for restoring the apparently dead. Those don't look controversial at all.
Welcome back at another episode. After surviving the massive floods, we arrived in Swanhill, where we decided to explore the Australian Wild West.
Well, right now we arrived in Swanhill finally. After the dirt road, it became a normal road. So this is Swanhill with this clock tower, memorial, and a park. And this we are gonna see what's here and what we can get for food or something or whatever. Looks a bit dead, but okay.
It's after hours, of course.
Well, yeah, it's barely 5 o'clock, but okay. For many some yeah, it's just 5 o'clock.
Oh, most of them are closed yet.
Yeah. Well, we will see what we can find here. Well, good morning from Swanhill. Yesterday, indeed, we walked around the town, but there was nothing to do. Everything was closed after 5. So we did groceries, and I quickly booked this place here, Motor Inn, and we just head over here and we ate and we basically slept. It's a decent place, again, 2 beds and a television, everything there. Nice bathroom. We yeah, nice stopover. So now we're gonna check out, have a quick look around Swanhill, and then continue our way. What do you say?
Yeah, good idea.
So let's check out. So yeah, here we are at the Pioneer Village.
In Hillsden.
Swanhill.
Oh, sorry. Oh, there's something to do with Hill.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be, you know, like in the US, you have also pioneer villages, and we have the same thing in Australia, of course. So yeah, we're gonna see what it's all about. Hi, good day. Good morning.
How are we doing this morning?
Pretty good.
Oh, it's good to
How
hear.
about you?
Yeah, doing well, man. Doing very
Yeah.
well.
And the undercarriage.
Yeah. Yeah, wood turning bench. So they turn the wood over there, indeed. Old-fashioned woodworks. So yeah, we have all kinds of 19th century equipment around here. These are all tractors and supposed to be steam rollers and stuff like that. And it goes all the way over there.
Wow.
Pretty cool. It's,
Wow.
yeah, it's those things you normally always see on television from the United States, always US. But there were other places that had the same things, like Australia also had the same period. So it's interesting to see it from a different perspective for once, not from the US side always. Did you know that the tractor had 34 ways to put on the wheels? I didn't, but apparently there is. Now it's just 4 wheels, but apparently you had this many options before.
Wow.
Jesus.
This is like a sword. These are sword things.
Yeah, so all kinds, everything to repair stuff.
This is a treadle lathe.
So these are all old machinery that we now have the modern version of to apparently repair engines and all stuff like that before. Of course now it's all mechanical, but it's the same purpose and the same principle basically you can still find. An old-fashioned boiler with wood around it, where basically steam engines and everything were also the same principle. So it's definitely the 1900s period. It's a roller, the Mali roller.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really simple, so you're right.
So it looks like something from the Flintstones, but it's actually used by the first settlers for harvesting and farming purposes. Before they actually had the metal version of it, they improvised with this one made of, well, branches and tree stems. It's yeah, it looks like a Flintstone kind of car. But then later on they got those kinds of things, the metal versions of for farming and everything. Imagine how much easier it is now to farm, because this is just, you know, you still have to do a lot of by hand, so it was always a very tiresome job. And nowadays it's much easier to do this job. Yeah. Here we have an old Albion, never heard of, doesn't exist anymore probably. An old-fashioned truck. Yeah. Just a steering wheel and two handles and pedal, and that's it. No radio, nothing else.
And it's just ordinary glass too.
Yeah, there's just real glass, like in your house. This is apparently a Dodge.
Dodge, yeah?
Yeah, it's a Dodge, it says a Dodge. Here's with the extra fuel if you want.
Where?
And here we have a little bit more than in the other one. So two handles, some pedals. At least you can see your speed and oil gauge and kilometers and stuff like that. That's a improvement.
And it has a navigation system.
Yeah. Yeah, Dodge with the Jewish symbol, basically, the Star of David. Yeah. And this is a Chevrolet. It needs a little bit of cleaning, definitely. It's a waste that it's standing here, but also this one has a few things: kilometers, speed, pedals, and that's it. But this one needs definitely some cleaning. It's a waste that it's standing here, just rotting away. Pretty incredible. So this is apparently what a house looked like back then. Cottage, pretty cozy, I would say.
Oh, this is a one-room house. Look at the ceiling and the walls.
Yeah.
And don't forget, this is all downside there, isn't it? This is a little smaller than it originally was.
Typical outback house. On poles, so to prevent from the flooding. It looks a little bit Dutch actually. This is a Dutch invention. Riversdale Cottage. So that's another example of a cottage around here. Very basic. Well, the oven is pretty big. This also would function as a heating.
Yeah.
Well, that's the old bathroom, and they had a bath in here at the same place as the bed, and then the crib, and that's more or less it.
Yeah, and it was very windy here too, because they didn't have any. They didn't fill the gaps up with
Yeah.
what they do when staying in Canada and that. They filled up with mountain there.
Yeah, so that's the first version of a sort of washing machine thing, and it literally just had to turn it yourself. So you put your dirty clothes in here with the water and some kind of soap maybe. You actually just had to turn it very fast, just like a modern one. And yeah, that's how they used to do it. Everything was manual, but the concept was already there, just not the technology wasn't there yet. And then here you have, again, to sort of press out any liquid or something like that. So all the concepts were there, just not the technology yet. Pretty luxurious actually, this. This is a children's bedroom. It's all handmade. And it was definitely a rich family. I mean, the outside doesn't look like it, but the inside looks like a rich place. Because you have to remember that everything was handmade, of course, so all those toys, everything was very expensive. And also this one. That's the bed warmer. So of course we didn't have heating before, so you put the pan with hot coals under your bed, and that's how you.
Not under your bed, under your
Well,
sheets.
yeah, under your sheets, yeah. And those things for if you want to go to the toilet, I think.
The bedpan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the men and that's for the women.
Yeah. What we still use in hospitals, but at home we don't. Yeah, pretty nice. And they even had a garden, which is also pretty expensive. So it was supposed to be a kind of rich family, I think. It's a homestead indeed. Yeah.
We will begin today's service with hymn number 7.
Oh yeah. Time to go again. Well, this is the church, which has an automating song or something. Interesting. Oh, nice. Pretty expensive also, the glass work. So normally you're actually able to take sort of a river tour with this boat. But because of the high water problems and the floodings in this whole region, it's not possible to use it now. But yeah, we can have a look at it anyway. So here at the main street, we can look in some shops. That's the sink. Jesus, and that's the toilet.
Yeah.
That's more fancy than we have.
Yeah, that sure is.
Oh, the old cash register. Wow. Those things are very expensive. How to make a call. So instructions how to call somebody. A reward not exceeding £5 will be paid for information leading to the conviction of anyone found willfully damaging or removing any property of the Postmaster General. Jesus. So they had to tell people, of course, how to use the phone back then, because it was still a relatively new concept.
Irons.
All the irons,
They
yeah.
had to place them onto the stove first, get
Yeah.
them very hot. And then they could test them first if they were sizzling hot, and they could use them on the clothing.
Yeah. You had to actually.
So you had
And
to
with those you can put coals in them.
Yeah, you can put coal in that.
Yeah. Oh, this one is just like a steam version.
Steam version probably.
Interesting. Oh, it's a.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Hello.
Yes, it's still morning.
Yes.
I hope you don't get much taller.
Yeah, we come in Dutch sizes. We are Dutch, so. Small booby ones. Those are probably
Will you receive? Yes, please.
yeah, but those are probably just factory. Musical instruments, accordions,
Yeah, Jason.
violins.
Got a full story here.
Yeah, this is 100 years hand-operated barrel organ.
This has
Carnivals.
46
Jeez. So yeah, this will be the music part. Those dots and spikes would rotate and then create the music. Australian Bank.
Yeah, back in the old days, yeah.
Mm.
Well, where did leave cash?
Yeah. It's
No vault.
well in the back probably used to be.
Florence, yeah, Florence.
All the weighing
Remember
equipment.
the Florence we issued?
Yeah.
1927, 1934, 35, 1951, Commonwealth Jubilee, Visit Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, here is the post stamps or something. Oh, no, those are banknotes. Yeah.
Oh, they're
The examples. Yeah.
yeah.
The weights. How
Metric
they.
weights.
Yes. Like everybody else in the world except the United States. And here we have. Let's see what we have over here. I think it's closed. Oh, no, it's open. Oh, this is a water machine. To pump out the water and make sodas, I guess, in the end. Yeah, lemonade. Old-fashioned barber shop. Well, I definitely need a haircut, but they are not open for business right now. So here we have the old chemist, or basically pharmacy kind of thing. And they have a lot of bottles here.
Yes, certainly, Mrs. Miller. What's the great hurry? Is Mr. Miller feeling poorly again?
Yes, it's his legs. Still giving him a lot of pain. I'll need some
Every
more
kind
pain
of
medicine.
That'll be 3 and
music,
6.
pills
Oh, good day to you, Mr. Hopkins.
Good day to you. Give Mr. Miller my regards.
for your teeth.
Good morning, Mr. Hopkins. Is the dentist out back?
Yes, go
Yeah,
through.
eucalyptus, all kinds of other natural herbs,
How have you been keeping, Mrs. Hawkins?
Oh, fine.
acids.
I see.
And it's for patients, yeah, to go into the sun.
Oh, sounds like this.
They understood the benefit of sunlight and fresh air using this bed. Yeah, so this is the practice room basically for directions for restoring the apparently dead from drowning, suffocation or narcotic poisoning. The Marshall Hall method of restoring natural breathing. Well, we still do those things, more or less. Silverstone method of restoring natural breathing from drowning. Treatment of after natural breathing has been restored. The way that I put things is kind of weird. Directions for restoring apparently dead. That's pretty blunt. So here's where you can find pieces for land and houses and yeah, to buy or rent property. With all the states represented.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jesus, still pretty busy though. That's a recent one. This one's the old one.
Yeah. This is the more or less local area. And we are around, we are there. Yeah, Swanhill. Oh, and barbed wire. All kinds of barbed wires.
Oh right.
As the American West was settled, it became necessary to erect fences along railways and around farms to control the movement of livestock in many areas. There was a lack of stone and timber, hence the invention of steel wire fence. Of the hundreds of barbed wires patterned, not many remain in use now, although a Glidden wire patent in 1874 is still one of the most common today. Okay. Yeah, so we are used to seeing a particular one, and this is all the versions they had. The general store. See what you're doing. Hi, good day. Hi. All kinds of snacks and candies. Well, these don't look controversial at all. Those don't look controversial at all.
No, not here.
No, everywhere probably nowadays. That's an old scale. Yeah, old scale indicator. It I think this is in pounds, right? In ounces or something.
Yeah.
It's the old system, the imperial system. Oh, an old.
Even last time, you know, when you spoke, he had a bit of trouble in one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of them in the caravan park there.
Yeah.
Wow.
What the hell's this? I don't know what this is, but okay. Alright. It's a looking thing. And you see Hamburg. Quiet Hamburg. Oh, you can see this maybe. I don't know. I'll try. Yeah, well, yeah, you should see it at the end. This is the Rock Cathedral Yosemite Valley. It's pictures of panoramics. And this is the bullfight in Spain, Matador's entrance. That's how they used to look at the panoramic views back in the day, without having to travel, removing the bull. The parks at Versailles. Church at San Remo. Versailles. Oh, cool. This is San Remo.
Zo.
This is the railway Jungfrau. Ah, it's in Switzerland. And you can go all around like this and look at all different kinds of panoramas and pictures. So interesting. So yeah, apparently this thing rotated actually, and you just had to sit down, and then you could see every picture coming past you. So it's kind of having a movie, but of different pictures in different places. So it's the very first version of National Geographic, I guess. Seeing the world in pictures. Very interesting. This is the Freemasons, apparently. Victoria have been active in the community for over 170 years, enabling personal development, creating lasting friendships, and supporting the community. Yes.
Zoals je bent. Masonic Lord's Room.
Freemasons in Swanhill. Well, we all have heard of the Freemasons as a very secretive society and conspiracy theories all around them. And apparently they also here, in this small place called Swanhill. Not something I expected. But yeah, this is, I guess they're garments or something?
Zo ranks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Master Mason apron, Fellow Craft apron, Apprentice. Yeah, the different ranks indeed.
He's got one of those.
Yeah, so it's worn in front like...
This one here.
It's almost like a kilt kind of thing when you have a kilt in front of you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, there's the Freemason staff. They're sitting across from each other.
Yeah, and they're the ranks, I think. Oh, that is the King George, King George, right? Yeah.
King George the
Fifth or something, yeah.
Dus nodig is stofzuiger toe.
Yeah. Well, here they can play chess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here you have all the medals and stuff like that. Yeah, very elusive society.
Powerful, somewhere.
Yeah, the Murray River, governors and stuff like that. Who knew that even a small place like this can have Freemasons?
Standing around is what they call a bagel.
The old printing presses to make newspapers and any kind of paper or books. Oh, that's the
This is
real
all
deal.
inked up. This is all inked up.
Jesus.
Oh, this is inked up. You see, it was inked up.
Yeah, here are more logos.
This is the boat, the steamboat.
No, this is before and this is the result. So you put everything in place, then roll it over the ink, and then you end up with something like that.
And that's upside down.
Yeah. So yeah, we all know that the printing press was one of the big developments that changed humanity, even though it looks very tedious, which it is. The not having to handwrite everything anymore made it possible for people to have information widely spread, which first happened with the Bibles and stuff like that, but afterwards also with other information. And this spread people's information to the people quicker. So that was one of the turning points in history. And it was used for a very long time, as you can see. So this is the post office apparently. And here you have all the different kinds of phones back then. Old phones, of course. And the register, stamps, postage stamps. Different kinds of stamps for different territories. So there's Cocos Keeling Islands, Australia, Antarctic Territory. Pioneer Settlement Collection, not for sale. It's Aboriginal style. All kinds of different stamps, of course, for collectors. This is, of course, a must-have. These kinds of things. Oh yeah, this is when the late Queen Elizabeth visited with the now King Charles. This is, of course, the old way of how to call people. You had to call the operator, and then they would put you through by putting a pin in a hole with the right side, so you could reach each other. And, yeah, the switching board thing. Nowadays you just ring somebody and that's it. You don't even ring anymore, you just send a message. Ringing is old-fashioned now. Pedal steamer. So they actually used to use this in the old days until the 70s, I think. Now it's just fixed in position here as a museum. This is like a seating area. Music saloon. This used to be a saloon. And it goes, of course, around. And here we have an open one. Passenger cabin, so just a bed. Just 2 beds, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
And then the bins.
In the window, in a mirror. And they probably had some kind of a sink or something maybe before or something
basin,
like that.
A basin.
Yeah.
Very
That's
thin,
it.
Thin bed, look at that, just stretch of spring.
Yeah.
Very thin mat.
Oh yeah, and here we have the ginormous wheel.
Oh, right.
That's how to steer this beast. And the sort of the map on top of it. It's like the river map chart.
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually go inside.
The
Yeah. Yeah. So here
colored pins.
they could see where they are actually, and they knew what to expect and what was coming up. It's quite handy, especially if you're in here. You don't really see where you're going.
Well, that's the front.
Yeah, that's the front, yes. But then you're steering like this. Yeah, you're standing next to it or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, big blade.
Oh, here we have an idea, yeah. I mean, for back in the day, it was okay. And yeah, to get around, you had to do something, right? There were no highways back then. Just using the nature to get around. Here we have the engine room, and it works like this.
Jim was a lot heavier and dragged on.
It's ginormous wheels, sort of, that turn this into motion.
Strange. Dat is gewoon op zijn Europees geschreven. Die schrift. Ook die R. En ik wist het zo doen.
Just the school system.
Zoals mom and dad maar gewoon Danish voor het.
Pretty small, pretty nice.
Yeah.
So we left again the Pioneer settlement, and we're gonna go on the road again towards Adelaide. Hopefully without any flood problems. As far as I could see, shouldn't be many problems anymore after a certain part. Only maybe the first half an hour, and that's it. So that's it for now, and see you again on the road. Thinking you could change the past can hold you back from your future. Definitely. That's a life lesson we can all listen to.